By now you've seen this and this. This is India's Silicon Valley, home to 1.5 million IT employees and over 45 unicorn companies. Bengaluru contributes to over 38% of India's total IT exports, a cool $45 billion. But the heavy rain, waterlogging and flooding have crippled the city and forced its IT crowd to trade cars and bikes for boats and tractors. Now there are three reasons largely responsible for the city's woes. Number 1. The city layout and design. On 5th September alone, Bengaluru received the heaviest rain it's seen since September 2014. From the 1st of June till the 4th of September, it got 927 millimeters of rainfall. That's 34% more than usual, and this is because of climate change. But we'll get back to this in a minute. Civil planners say the flooding may have something to do with Bengaluru's urban layout.
The roads are designed badly. The drains should be next to the road and the footpaths should be next to the properties. But in most roads in Bengaluru, we have the opposite. We've tried to correct this with some of the newer roads, especially those built under the Tender Show program. But out of 15,000 roads, only 15 roads are now designed properly. We need to expand this design fix to the entire city.
Number 2. Storm drains. The second reason for the waterlogging is that Bengaluru's storm drains are old and decayed, and they overflow with as little as 5 to 10 centimeters of rain. Storm drains are built to prevent flooding and waterlogging, but a lack of care by the state government, coupled with illegal encroachments and inadequate cleaning, has left these drains extremely ineffective.
Now the government has announced that it will demolish encroachments on RAJAKALUVES. Will this help? Yes. Will this solve the problem? No. I think a lot of previous announcements have been carried out in a very incomplete way. So until we actually see this carried out in total, we can't really expect a good outcome from this. It's well known in physics that water flows much better in a cylinder, but all our drains are rectangular. There's a reason for this. The kind of contractors that we select to prepare these drains don't know how to make a cylinder. They know how to lay steel pipes and pour cement on top of them. And therefore we end up with rectangular drains. The third problem is we keep transporting water to low-lying areas. There's actually no need to do this. Everywhere in the drain network, if we create soak pits, we can allow water to percolate into the ground where it rains instead of constantly transporting it to low levels.
Number 3. Climate change. Infrastructure and urban planning failures are one side of the coin. The other side of this coin is climate change and the consequences it brings. In short, the melting of ice caps and glaciers because of global warming coupled with hotter temperatures creates more evaporation and as a result, more rainfall. So while global warming and climate change are making the world hotter, they're also making rains heavier and more dangerous.
Climate change is real and it is changing the patterns of rainfall, especially in southern India. The storage infrastructure that we have had in the past is not really the appropriate one for the kind of rainfall and the kind of distribution of rainfall that we are receiving today. Across peninsular India, we need to think about this and reimagine the storage infrastructure. This is not so much a city problem, but these sorts of things have implications. Too many of the people who are in charge of city infrastructure are choosing bad design, bad contractors because it suits their political purpose and it suits their vested interests. Until we recognize that and start electing people who will serve the public interest rather than their own interest, this is not going to go away.